Is it because I'm thinking about the 5?
What's the 5?
What do you think?
Rita, that's very personal. And grossly inaccurate.
Our winner is... The question is, are you having an affair with my wife?
Hello, Jenny. Your heroic, caring, feminist husband had it off with me the night his son was born.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't I?
Jenny. Carol and I...
Oh, no.
Lawrence has asked me to ask you to go back to him. Will you?
No.
Good. Well, I've done what I promised.
I slept with Carol Thornbridge.
You didn't.
Elvis.
Oh, don't get on at me. He did it.
And you admire him for it. I think that's worse.
You assured me not 3 hours ago that you had no knowledge of any relationship between you.
I didn't then.
And now you're engaged.
Yes.
You bastard.
Hello there everyone and welcome to the video. My name's SerenitySoloReacts and here we are with a bit of a do Series 1 Episode 5. This is the penultimate episode of Series 1, I'm afraid. It will carry on after that though, after the final episode. I want to bring this to the very end because I'm enjoying it a lot. It's gone down since the first 2 episodes which were full of shock and everything. But I'm enjoying it, so I want to keep it coming. It's not doing that well, but I've got to do things I enjoy to avoid burnout. I may be taking the intro and the outro out. It's getting claimed for the song, for the theme tune, for the bit of a do tune. So I'm a bit afraid that they're going to turn it into a block rather than a claim. So I will be taking it out. It's not by any English company. It's in foreign words, foreign letters. So I don't know who's claiming it. But if it's got the intro in, the rest of the episode got claimed as well, but the claim is just saying it's for the tune, so I'll try it. So with that, I just want to thank everyone who subscribed and followed to me so far on Daily Motion and YouTube and Twitter and Facebook as well, because you are helping me out, you're helping the channel out, you're helping my mental health out, you honestly are. And to my Patreon members and Buy Me a Coffee members who get exclusive shows, 8 right now, going up to 12 at some point this year, every month, as well as ad-free and uncensored shows. They'll have the tune-in, they'll have this tune-in. It is you that is bringing the content to me that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much, I love you lots no matter what tier you are. So with that, let's get on with the episode.
Oh, I'd have loved to, Andy, but we got a bit of a do-on. Well, it's the crowning of the Miss Frozen Chicken UK.
Really?
I know.
Oh.
But Paul and I have got a very special reason for going.
I'm going to guess she's going to win it then. Is a bit upset about the way it's been treating her.
Smiling faces in public
Or they feel somehow guilty about her mother and his father. See, they should have changed these credits to reflect what was going on.
Being aware of others who are doing it too.
And why does everyone want Neville all of a sudden? It's really doom and gloom. Whose turn is it to get drunk this time? I forgot who got drunk last time. Was it him? I think it was him. I think it's her turn.
A scruffy young groom who defies convention. A bit of a do, bit of a do.
So I don't know if this is just for Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee members or not. Oh, UK, so they've got you were saying Australian ones then.
Ted, I'm glad you came. Thank you for inviting me. What's wrong, Ted? Have you lost your voice? No, I'm not talking to you. Ted, there's no need to take it.
Why?
Ted, good to see you. Or to you.
What? Not talking to nobody.
Ted wouldn't talk to me.
He isn't talking to me. He's accepted my invitation and he isn't talking to me.
I'll talk to him.
Will he talk to you?
Well, if he doesn't, I'll give him a talking to such as he's never had.
Oh, now this is back. Not talking to him either. What's the point in going?
Thank you for inviting me, Neville.
Don't thank me, thank Cockadoodle Chickens. Rodney's invited me and my guests. I think he genuinely believes he's doing me a favour.
And you thought if you have to endure it, why shouldn't I?
Exactly. No.
Neville, will you give me a straight answer to a straight question?
That rather depends what the question is.
The question is, are you having an affair with my wife?
Certainly not. Why on earth should you think I am?
On the slenderest of evidence, she told me she loved you.
Are we good?
She said it was serious and the real thing.
Are we going to have a divorce party?
I assure you this is complete news to me, Lawrence.
Is it? You took her to dinner at the Majestic last Thursday.
My God, have you been employing a private detective?
The wine waiter told me. He's a patient of mine. He's an awful gossip.
He's an awful wine waiter. I've had a couple of dinners with Liz, that's all. Totally platonic. Well, there may have been the vaguest tingle of sexuality. You know Liz.
Who doesn't?
Me, in that sense, I do assure you.
Hello, Ted. I gather that you're not talking to Rodney. Aren't you talking to me, then?
I'm talking to you, Betty. I've got no quarrel with you.
Oh, Ted, life's too short. Rodney's your oldest friend.
Was.
Ted!
Is it because he lied to him?
Betty. It's my life, that foundry.
It was a tumble-down mess of rusting sheds.
It was mine. It made things, good things. Best toasting forks this side of Scandinavia. I mean, it did. And when it fails, what did my oldest friend do? Does he sympathise? Does he yell as like?
He
rushes
did.
in and buys it.
Oh.
I mean, stupid birds crapping on the very spot where quality door knockers have been lovingly fashioned by skilled craftsmen.
You got a quick sale at an excellent price.
Maybe it's-
Rodney was helping you in your fight to return to solvency.
Maybe it's
Wasn't an
gonna
excellent price.
bought it for him.
Market price.
For a site in that area, in that condition, sold at that speed, under those circumstances, the market price was an excellent price.
He was helping himself. He was getting just what he wanted, just when he needed it. I mean, be honest, Betty, he was.
Well, I won't deny it was convenient, but business is business.
Exactly.
Never mind.
It doesn't count for much when business is concerned, doesn't lifelong friendship. Eh? So I'm not talking to him.
Oh, Ted, it's his big night. It's his turn to host the crowning of Miss Frozen Chicken UK. Please, Ted.
Is that an honour?
Don't spoil his big night.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Well, why did you come then?
Because I wanted to spoil his big night.
You promised me there's nothing behind these dinners with Liz.
Nothing. I've taken Rita out more often than Liz.
No, but that's only because you have to keep making up to her for being so rude to her.
Yes, I suppose so. No, actually, I find her quite good company. I admire her spirit in refusing to have Ted back.
Do you admire Liz's spirit in refusing to come back to me?
That's different. I wish she would come back to you.
Would you,
I don't. Better
Would you
without her.
make one last appeal to her for me? As my oldest friend. I mean, what are friends for if they can't help each other in times of need?
Well, if you put it that way, yes, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her tonight.
Tonight?
She's my other guest. I thought I'd try a bit of peacemaking. Get you together in public where you'd be forced to be polite.
Ah. Well,
See?
that principle doesn't seem to have worked too brilliantly at recent functions.
He's not an ugly dude. And he's got money.
It's only
He can
unlocking
get
the
somebody
fire
else.
exit.
You can't say that when we know that 15 fanatical feminists are going to burst in through it and disrupt the crowning.
Oh.
Why can't they come in the front way?
It's a security system.
Rodney's a friend, Jenny. Our Elvis works for him.
More shame on him. With a philosophy degree, he ought to know it's wrong to keep chickens in conditions of abject misery.
With a philosophy degree, he knows how superior people are to chickens.
Not morally. Chickens don't keep people cooped up in conditions of abject misery.
Well, they would if they were superior to people.
We don't know that. They might be wonderful employers.
Anyway, they aren't protesting against cruelty to chickens.
Well, there might be some animal rights people as well.
Oh, Jenny. I mean, you yourself have twice refused to let Uncle Rodney's chickens out.
Only because you can't suddenly say to a chicken, push off, from now on you're free range. It's like letting prisoners out of jail with no aftercare.
I don't mean to sound rude here. I don't mean to be mean.
It's West Midlands oven-ready poultry. It's humiliating.
How does a philosophy...
Treat us as if she's a lump of meat like the chicken.
Exactly.
Philosophy
Factory
degree
people.
help you
Well, come on then.
in jobs? That's genuine curiosity. I don't know.
Triple by the end of the evening. Oh, thanks for inviting me, incidentally.
Well, we just hope if you meet Ted often enough, it'll lead to a reconciliation.
Is it you who's invited him here?
Yes.
Oh, Betty.
Rita, you and Ted breaking up, Ted not talking to Rodney. It's as if a whole era is ending.
Well, maybe it is. Eras do. Right.
I don't want my YouTube era to end.
Not being inquisitive, but, did there ever turn out to be anything in that business between you and Neville?
I think so, yes.
What do you mean you think so?
Well, keeps taking me out to dinner. I mean, I think he likes me, but
Wrong end of
we've
the
never
stick.
got farther than a friendly goodnight kiss. You see, I think I'm the first woman he's taken out since his wife died, and he's got to learn the whole process of getting to know somebody again, step by step. I think I'm falling in love with him, Betty.
Oh, Rita.
Well, there's no need to be so shocked. I'm not a nun. Oh, my God, I must have led a dim sort of a life. You all seem to think I'm about as emotional as a pumice stone. Be honest, Betty. Does the idea of a relationship between Neville and me strike you as totally impossible?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I've known the most unlikely and unsuitable liaisons.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Rita, all this change. What'll happen to our friendship?
Oh, it'll survive if it's worth anything. Anyway, you two don't need us. You've got so much affection for each other.
I'm going to guess that was said for a reason.
My God. I feel sick with nerves. It'll be all right as long as he doesn't get drunk.
Well, he oughtn't to. By my calculations, it's about your turn.
Yeah, thank you.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Are you suggesting that Rodney and I take it in turns to get drunk?
Yeah.
Well, it
I
does
picked
seem
up
to
on that.
happen that way.
See? Well, we certainly learn about our friendships.
Betty, it's one of the things we love and adore about you.
Comment on it and I'll belt you one.
Comment on what?
My name tag. Elvis Sincock. My shame revealed for all the world to see.
Why are you wearing it?
Because I have to, you twit. Rodney's made all the cockadoodle chicken employees wear 'em. Philosophy graduate learns hard lesson about nature of freedom.
Elvis, I presume you're aware that I don't like being called a twit.
Of course, that's why I call you a twit, you twit.
Do you know why I don't like being called a twit?
Because it offends your inflated ego.
Utterly wrong. It's because I know I'm a twit. You twit.
Oh?
What?
Do you think I chose to be a twit?
Simon, please, this is terrible. We'll end up as friends if you carry on like this. Oh, hello. What have you two been up to?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
Oh, I forgot about
Nothing. Why?
that woman who was having
Too
an affair
nonchalant
with.
to be true.
I think some swift naughties have been going on.
She going to turn up?
Mel to be a twit.
There you go, sir. Just the job, tickety-boo. Here, have I ever told you about my ex-brother-in-law from Falkirk?
Yes.
Oh, well, the most amazing things happen.
Has it really? How amazing.
You see, he's an income tax inspector during the day and an amateur ventriloquist at night.
Amazing. Look after my drink, will you, Eric?
Oh, he's got a name.
There's no need to look guilty, Jenny. You're forgiven for not helping me let my chickens out. I'm glad you didn't.
You haven't forgotten the 2 vegetarian meals, have you?
I thought you said you weren't going to turn vegetarian.
2? Don't tell me you're vegetarian as well. I credited you with a mind of your own.
I have. I use my mind of my own. I find my mind of my own finds that what most of Jenny thinks with her mind of her own is right.
Paul doesn't have any false machismo hang-ups which force him to argue just so as to assert his independence.
Oh, good. I am glad.
Never catch me turning vegetarian.
Well, you see, his ex-wife came
Like
from
my meat.
Lowestoft, and she used to do the most amazing dog impressions when she'd had a few. Anyway, this night they've been out on the sauce in Rhyl. You know, the
Excuse
way
me?
you do when...
Are we going to wait all night while you read a book at bedtime?
Oh, pardon me for being human.
I'm going to complain about your attitude.
Jenny.
What?
We aren't one of those trendy socialists who treat real working people like dirt. Besides which, I'm thirsty. Jenny!
Ah, Paul.
I'm sorry, I can't stop. I've got to talk to Jenny.
You've got to talk to Carol Fordingbridge, you know.
You what?
She wants to see you. Says it's urgent.
Is that lady?
Hello, Rodney. No, Paul.
Hello, Mum.
She not dropped it yet.
Hello, Liz. You look
What were we going to say? Beautiful? Enormous?
beautiful and enormous. Come and meet my other guest.
Other guests?
So it's what, 8 months since the second episode now?
Liz?
Hello, Lawrence.
Oh, dear. I feel rather like the Secretary General of the United Nations.
I don't get that reference. Oh, it was her.
Oh, God.
When you had your quick one-night stand with me, you never dreamt you were having the future winner of the in-house beauty contest and second favourite for Miss Frozen Chicken UK, did you?
Oh, my God.
I'm 6-1 at William Hills and 9-2 at Ladbrokes.
Is that Max
Oh,
Farnham,
why have you
second
dragged
wife
me
out
up
of
here?
Brookside?
I saw you and Jenny opening a fire exit. Why?
We like fresh air.
I know, Jenny. What are you two up to?
I can't tell you.
Do you want me to tell Jenny about us? Hello, Jenny. Your heroic, caring, feminist husband had it off with me the night his son was born.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't I? This is my big night.
We're letting in a group of protesters against the exploitation of women and chickens. They're going to disrupt the judging.
She gonna tell...
Get it called off or I'll tell Jenny.
Carol,
What's his name?
we have to do it.
Well, Jenny's
Exploiting
worse.
female flesh is wrong. There'll never be an equal number of women MPs and judges while women agree to be assessed on beauty rather than brains.
It isn't just beauty. There's personality and deportment.
Personality and deportment, it's an insult.
This is my big chance. Last year's Miss Frozen Chicken UK went on to be Miss Kidderminster, Miss West Mercia, and Miss European Processed Meat Products Category 2. Why don't you protest about my sister on the supermarket checkout, eh? Dull work, low pay, long hours, and Mr. Priddle blaming her when there's no price on things, which isn't her fault. That's exploitation of women. This is fun.
Well, I agree. I mean, maybe we should go down there as well, but that doesn't make this right. Anyway, how can I get it called off? What will I tell Jenny?
Well, that's your problem.
You know, it said there'd be no women or judges, but there's a female Prime Minister when this was done. I've got no idea if I have to cut the ad bits. I'll see. I don't know. But if you could please subscribe or follow if you're enjoying this. Greatly appreciate it.
Good evening. I'm delighted to inform you we aren't having chicken tonight. So, now, without further ado, let's meet the 20 lovelies selected by the regions of our great boom industry. The judges are looking not only for beauty, but for elegance, charm, moral fibre. Now, let me introduce, ladies and gentlemen, beauty number 1, the reigning Miss Dundee Drumstick, Hannah McPherson of Caledonian Chickens. Hannah hails from Motherwell. She's 19, she's a chicken trusser.
Why the hell do
She
they
has
have to wear
brown hair,
those?
green eyes, she's 5'7", and her statistics are 35, 25, 35.
But they wear normal clothes.
Our second charmer is Denise Saltmarsh of Choice Chicky Chunks Limited. Denise, the reigning Miss West Midland Oven-Ready Poultry, is a native of Hales Owen. She's a promotional assistant, she has auburn hair, green eyes, she's 5'4", and her statistics are 36, 26, 37.
And that's who your choice is.
Have a word.
What?
In private.
1 or 2?
Our third Aphrodite is Beverly Roberts of Happy
Okay.
Valley Poultry.
Or 3?
What about?
Come on, tell you.
Beverly resides in Basildon. She's 20 years of age, has black hair, brown eyes, she's 5'5". Her statistics are 38, 28, 38, and she works as a chicken stripper.
I guess that means plucking, skinning. They don't skin chickens.
Can I get you anything?
No, thanks. We're just, no thanks.
Look, I'm sorry I was rude earlier.
Well, that's all right, madam. No problem. It was my fault. I shouldn't have been telling stories when we were busy, you see. But my ex-brother-in-law from Falkirk...
Look, we're trying to have a private conversation. Will you just shut up?
Pardon me for breathing.
My God, you're a hypocrite. You're furious with me when I'm rude, and then you're even ruder. Well, I apologise, so should you.
I know, but
I won't listen till you've apologised.
Bloody hell.
She's got him well under the thumb.
Look, I'm sorry. Nothing would please me more normally than to hear about your ex-brother-in-law from Selkirk.
Falkirk.
Falkirk, Selkirk. What does it... I'm sorry. Normally, I would love to hear about your relatives from Falkirk, Selkirk, Alloa, Brecon and Forfar, but I can't right now because we've got a crisis. Not because I don't regard you as my social equal, I do.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh,
what is going on.
Carol saw us opening the fire exit. She wants us to call off the protest.
Well, she would.
Yeah, but Jenny, it's her big night, her chance to escape a life of drudgery.
At what cost to her sex?
But it's not just beauty.
She gets to choose it.
It's personality and deportment.
She's
They're
not
looking for an honest girl of high moral
forced
caliber.
into this.
Sleeping with your uncle and having an abortion when you're 16, honest and of high moral caliber?
You would. Carol did that.
Well, it was ages ago. I mean, it's irrelevant.
But the judges might not think so.
They hardly like to find out.
True.
Unless someone tells them.
Oh, God.
Blackmail.
What is it?
I don't know, it must be something I ate.
But you haven't eaten anything.
Well, that's it. It's something I didn't eat.
Why is she not downstairs? They're calling people out. What has she been on?
I've had a word with Jenny.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And?
Oh, yes.
What?
Carol, did you, have relations with a relation and,
With the relation?
When you were 16?
You sod.
I could tell the judges that, couldn't I? If you tell Jenny about us.
He was a pig. He got me drunk. When Mr. Rodenhurst found out, he sacked me. Oh, go on, tell the judges. I'm not going to win anyway.
I can't. I'm going to tell Jenny.
No, Paul. I couldn't tell Jenny either.
No, I'm going to. I've got to. I can't live with it.
No, don't tell her. There's no need.
Yes, there is. I must.
Please don't. Well, I must go. I'm on in a minute.
Well, look. I hope you win.
Some chance. Denise Saltmarsh has been sleeping with all the judges.
Really?
Oh, how awful.
I know. Have you seen them?
I meant, is there corruption everywhere?
So we're going to get a massive argument again. Well, I'll say again. Deception. Unravelled.
There's something I've got to tell you. The night Thomas was born, it was a very, well, not disturbing, emotional time. I'd never been a father before, and I was a bit, I mean, not that there's any excuse, but, Jenny, Carol and I...
Oh, no. Oh, God.
It only happened once.
Oh, good. What a relief.
Jenny, listen, please. Just now, when I told Carol what you just told me, she said she could never tell you what I've just told you. So, you see, I needn't have told you. I told you because I wanted to.
Does that make a difference?
No, I'm going to say, does that make it right?
It does to me, yeah.
Well, sod you!
Jenny, it means I'm terribly sorry. It means I love you.
He gave up meat for you.
It's over. Our pathetic marriage. Your laughable commitment, your brief career as a father.
No,
Take your hands off me.
It runs in the bloody family, doesn't it?
Pathetic little rat!
Not you, me.
Angie, something dreadful happened. I've left Paul. Look, can I come round and bring the baby and stay a few days? Oh, thanks, Angie.
I didn't think them splitting up would
They're all
have
through there,
hit
stuffing
me as
themselves on roast
emotionally
beef and all the
as it did.
trimmings.
Not
I hate
crying,
being
but
idle. I'm not that sort of a barman, so I thought, I know, I'll ring Alec, eh? Just the job, tickety-boo. Here, Alec, Have I ever told you about my ex-brother-in-law from Falkirk? Alec?
No one wants to know. Come on, tell us.
Hello, Angie. Is Jenny there? Yeah, I know I have. Look, can I talk to her? Angie?
See, when I go to say Eric, I keep going to say Norris.
5 minutes, Miss Fordenbridge. Oh, heck.
And her ambition is to open her own riding school.
So 1, 3, 18. We haven't seen any more.
What's happened? They've been gone for an hour and a half.
Next, number 19, our very own Carol Fordingbridge of Cockadoodle Chicken.
See, I don't want to influence you, but I'm saying number 19.
Carol's hobbies are travelling, cooking, roller skating and collecting antique jewellery. Her ambition is to drive a Formula 1 powerboat.
Measurements.
I mean, they've missed the special ratatouille.
Look, they've had a row. I know young people are probably crying in each other's arms by now.
Last but not least, number 20, all the way from Bridport in Dorset, Davina Winkle of Ambrosia Poultry Company.
So you've got 1, 2,
Davina's
3,
hobbies are
18, 19, 20.
keeping fit and designing her own clothes. Her ambition
Test your
is to
votes,
open
please.
her own fashion house. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges will begin the hard work of reducing the tremendous 20 to the fabulous 5. I don't envy them.
And I want to know if you're...
You were wonderful.
Aren't you willing to be out the 5 that we chose? Guessing that says thank you?
Please talk to Rodney. All this passing notes is so childish. What are you doing if you're not passing notes?
That's different. I passed you a note because I didn't want them to know, not because I'm not talking to you.
It's just like the old days.
Rodney's enough on edge with his comparing without your contribution.
I am not on edge. I have the natural pent-up excitement of the performer. That's not being on edge.
I didn't intend on edge to be rude, Rodney. I just meant you can do without overgrown schoolboys passing your notes, especially tonight.
To have a real grievance. That is standing on adult dignity. That is not behaving like an overgrown schoolboy.
Oh, God, Betty, why do men take umbrage so easily? Ted, whatever the rights and wrongs of the affair, make it up with Rodney.
What do you mean, whatever the rights and wrongs of the affair?
Rita, what are you doing?
Screaming. We used to be such good friends. Now, we can't open our mouths without rubbing somebody up the wrong way, and I find that very unpleasant, so I screamed, all right?
No, it is not all right. People do not scream at public functions.
Well, all the more reason for doing it, then.
Excuse me?
Am I imagining things, or did Rita just scream?
I think she did. I wonder if she's going off her head.
I think she's discovering how to express her feelings. That can be quite intoxicating, Lawrence.
Is the insinuation in that particular verbal hand grenade that I can't express my feelings?
Good Lord, no. I'm sure you'd be able to express them if you ever had any.
Children, please.
Don't be discouraged, Neville. They wouldn't bother to be so rude to each other if they didn't care. That's psychology.
Is it? I've always assumed that people are nice to each other because they like each other and nasty because they don't. But I'm probably very naive and simple. I rather hope somebody might deny that.
Is that Elvis's psychological theory, Simon?
Well, yes, actually it is.
You're becoming rather friendly with
I
him.
would say they're actually going to get along.
We never do anything but argue.
By the end of this.
According to his theory, that makes you bosom pals.
Would you object?
Well, I wouldn't say it was a friendship that would advance your career in this town.
Are you in a strong position to criticize liaisons with the Sincock family, dear?
Yes.
I'm sure young Paul will be a good husband to Jenny.
She could have done a lot worse.
Oh, yes. Virtually every other road sweeper in England would have been worse.
Oh, you really are a terrible snob, Mother.
I think I'm rather a good snob.
Olympic class.
You're not so bad yourself, which is just as well as it's your only talent.
I am a snob, and I regret it. If I weren't, you wouldn't have married me.
Cheer up, Neville.
He's not even
This
going
is
to want
very
him by the end of this. See, I'm going to guess it's going to turn out she wants him back, but he don't want her back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I
the
chose
judges
19.
have selected their short list of 5. Meet finalist number 1, Denise Saltmarsh of Choice Chicky Chunks Limited.
I can't remember which one was sleeping with the judges.
Hello, Denise. How you feeling now?
I don't know, really. I feel quite, you know.
Confident?
Well, yeah, sort of.
Jolly good. Tell us more about this fascinating hobby of yours, these ancient Ming vases. How'd you get interested in them?
Don't know, really. I just like them.
You were telling me your great uncle had a house full of Chinese curios and they fascinated you.
Yes, that's right, he did. And they did.
Jolly good. Tell us more about this unusual ambition of yours. Why do you want to be a freelance hairstylist?
Don't know, really. I just do.
Not unusual.
Jolly good. Thank you, Denise Saltmarsh.
You don't have to be tied to a chain or a
second
shop.
finalist, Carol Fordingbridge of Cockadoodle Chickens. How are you feeling now, Carol?
Well, I'm a little bit tense. Oh, not too bad. I'm pleased to have got into the last 5, and if I can go further, it'll be a bonus.
Jolly good. Tell us more about this unusual ambition of yours. To drive a Formula 1 powerboat.
Oh, well,
Really?
I like boats. I like the sea. I think speed's quite exciting. And I don't see why the men should have it all their own way.
Absolutely, jolly good.
Feminist. That's not going to impress the judges. Oh. I'm going to put a bit of a downer on the event. If you are enjoying this, can I please ask for a like and a comment and a subscribe and a follow? We'd gratefully appreciate it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologise for the delay, and I'd like to thank all those who helped remove those misguided people.
They weren't misguided, they were right.
Well,
let's face it, they were. This is all ridiculous.
Well, I don't think they were right, but I do have a sneaking admiration for their courage and passion.
Don't tell me he's going soft as well.
Anyway, we aren't going to let it spoil our evening, for which many people have spent a lot of money. The 3 winners will be presented with their awards by last year's Miss Frozen Chicken UK, Karen Parkinson.
Why did you say that just now about them protesters being right?
Well, because it's true.
I will now introduce the winners in reverse order. Third, Carol Fordingbridge of Cockadoodle Chickens.
Did yours come third? Mine came third.
I mean, how would you like it if you were described as a crinkly-haired ex-company director, 5'8", bloodshot eyes, vital statistics 38, 38, 5, 38?
Our runner-up is Beverly Roberts of Happy Valley Poultry.
Is it what I'm thinking about the 5?
What's the 5?
What do you think?
Rita, that's very personal. And grossly inaccurate.
Our winner is Denise Saltmarsh of Choice Chicky Chunks Limited.
What does she get for this? A lifetime supply worth of chickens?
Did it ever occur to you that maybe a woman's chest measurements are personal too?
If they give them up, it's
I
up to
don't
them.
know what's got into her, mate. Honestly, I don't. Apologise to Rodney for me, will you, Betty?
Why don't you do it yourself?
No chance. No.
She will.
I feel rather like a change of scene. Liz, would you like to come and have a drink in the bar?
Why not?
Good idea. Ow! Yes, you and Liz go and have a drink, Neville.
I'm sorry about that, but Neville's promised to plead my cause with your mother. If your friend Elvis's psychological theories are true, you must stand a chance.
Yes.
Really?
I had an ulterior motive in asking you out.
This is holding out on to hope.
What? Before I embark upon the particular matter I want to raise with you, I must ask you about a different, though by no means entirely unrelated matter.
Stop sounding so legal, Neville.
Sorry. At the horse racing evening, Lawrence mentioned something to me that I didn't then understand. I later learnt, to my considerable, as you can imagine, that he was alluding to remarks made by you, the gist of which was that you loved me. As a pure formality, Liz, I must ask you, did you tell Lawrence that you love me?
Yes.
You did? But, Liz, why?
Because I do.
What?
Love you.
You loved Ted not too long ago.
Lord.
Don't reciprocate.
Good Lord. To your considerable what?
What?
You said that when you realised what Lawrence was talking about, this was, in your own words, to this court, if I can recall...
Liz.
Well, you're still sounding rather legal, Neville. You said Lawrence mentioned a matter that you didn't understand. You later learned to your considerable that I'd said I loved you. To your considerable what? I mean, delight, horror, amusement.
Amazement.
Is it really that surprising? I loved you when we were young, Neville.
Good Lord.
You never suspected?
So why didn't you chase after him instead of Ted?
I was a pretty mature and stupid young man. I thought you might think of denying that.
Well, I did think of denying it, but you almost broke my heart, Neville. I sometimes wonder if I only married Lawrence because he was your friend and I hoped I might still see you. So you see, I've at least half loved you for more years than I care to think of.
So the reason for your,
Peccadillos, amours, sordid liaisons.
No, good Lord, no. Well, yes.
Is that I have been very unhappy for many years and only stayed with Lawrence because I felt I owed it to the children? Yes.
And the money.
Good Lord. But this is...
Dreadful. Wonderful.
I don't know. One or the other.
So, well, this is rather delicate, Neville, but I've started, so I'll finish. Our next contestant is Liz Rodenhurst, whose specialized subject is botched lives.
What is rather delicate?
Well, I know how much you and Jane wanted children. I mean, happy and fulfilled though you were, I hastened, and I thought, well, I'm about to have a child who has no father, and I thought, well,
I've got a father.
Is he meant?
Good Lord.
It's not immaculate conception.
Liz, all I can say is good Lord.
So it would appear. Anyway, the whole thing astounds you, and we should probably forget all about it. Now, what is this other matter you wanted to raise with me?
Well, Lawrence has asked me to ask you to go back to him. Will you?
No.
Good. Well, I've done what I promised. No, I haven't. I said I'd plead. Liz, I beg of you, think of your marriage vows. Think of your husband, my friend, lonely in that drafty great house. Well, I mean, not drafty. I wouldn't want you to think I was ever cold when I... Think of the many years you've spent together. Your children who both love you. Both. Reconsider this decision. Give Lawrence one more chance, I beg of you. Will you do it?
No.
Good. Marry me, then.
Oh!
Yes.
No!
Neville. You serious?
She's going to break your heart, Neville.
I honestly think I am. You see, I did at least half love you before I met Jane.
That's going to be a very uncomfortable
Although I was
do.
too shy and stupid to see that you loved me. So, yes, I honestly think I am. Do you really mean yes?
Yes.
Will we even see that do? Because someone's going to turn up for it. I can dance like that.
Fantastic. Dancing with Miss Frozen Chicken, UK. What a nerve.
How many women have you had, Simon?
Well, haven't counted.
As few as that.
I'm a professional man in a small town, Elvis. I have to be discreet. Opportunities are rare.
Give over. Must be times when you're showing a lady client around the house. You're in the commodious, handsomely proportioned master bedroom with luxury bathroom en suite, and you're tempted to remove her spacious knickers and make mad passionate love to her.
And that sort of thing just doesn't happen at Trellis, Openshaw and Finch.
I wish I was clever enough not to have to worry about towing the line.
I'm going to take you in hand, Simon. I'm going to transform your life. I'm going to open uncharted seas.
Oh, dear.
He's going to punch him by the end of this episode.
Ah. You've had your little chat with Liz?
Yes, I have, yes.
And?
Well, I'm afraid things didn't go entirely to plan. I do assure you, I did put your case very forcibly. Very forcibly.
Oh, no.
I pleaded, begged.
Not forcibly.
But to no avail.
Oh. Well, thank you anyway.
Not at all, it was a pleasure. Well, not a pleasure. I was glad to do it for you.
Tell me honestly, Neville, as a friend, do you think there's any hope?
Well, I have to say, as a friend, I'm afraid there isn't any hope at all.
How can you be so sure?
Well, I also have to tell you, also as a friend, I do assure you, that we're engaged.
What?
Liz is going to ask you for a divorce, and then she's going to marry me. I would like to assure you categorically, Lawrence, that as a friend and as a lawyer, that I have satisfied myself thoroughly and completely...
I'll bet you have, you swine.
That I have satisfied myself thoroughly and completely that the breakdown of your marriage to Liz was irrevocable, and that I elicited this information without prejudice, without asking leading questions, or influencing her decision in any way.
You assured me not 3 hours ago that you had no knowledge of any relationship between you.
I didn't then.
And now you're engaged?
Yes.
You bastard.
Hello, Neville. I was wondering if you'd like to brave the perils of my cooking and come to dinner one night.
That sounds lovely, Rita. Absolutely lovely.
Another reason to hate
Rita,
her.
I have some news that may be rather a surprise to you. Liz and I are going to be married.
What?
I thought you'd be surprised.
Poor Rita.
I'm rather surprised myself.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. You won't mention this to a soul, will you? But I wanted you to know.
Me? What? Why?
I rather like you, Rita. And I rather fancied you rather liked me. I thoroughly enjoyed our little dinners together. I felt an air of relaxed, undemanding companionship that I've only ever had before with male friends. Didn't you feel it?
Oh, yeah, yes. Yes, they were lovely and relaxed and undemanding. And I hope you'll both be very happy.
Oh. Mum.
He's going to get his happiness back.
I was.
You are?
I was wrong about something and now I've been put right, so I'm not wrong anymore, so everything must be all right, mustn't it? You're the philosopher.
Mum.
Your education was a complete waste of money. You're totally inarticulate.
No, it's just that... I mean...
Mum.
Exactly.
Do you feel like buying your mother a very large drink, Elvis?
Mum?
Can you say more than mum, please?
Hello, Carol.
What's wrong?
Jenny's left me. She's taken Thomas.
You told her?
I had to.
You idiot.
I'm sorry about the protest.
It was dealt with.
Did you win?
No. I came third. Denise Saltmarsh won because you've been sleeping with all the judges and the coloured girl came second just to show they're not prejudiced.
Excuse me.
I'm not sorry about the protest. The whole thing's a farce. A bloody farce!
Well, what the hell's going on?
The whole evening's been a disgusting mishmash of corruption and chauvinism and stupidity and decadence that can only be mounted in a society so rotten it's disintegrating.
Yes, I know that. But what happened?
Jenny's left me.
Oh, God, no, why?
Bye.
I slept with Carol Fordingbridge.
You didn't.
Elvis.
Oh, don't get on at me. He did it.
And you admire him for it. I think that's worse. Philosopher.
Bloody hell. What a family.
What a family indeed. You better come home with me, Paulie. Two fools together. Oh, my God, here's another one.
Hello, Paul. Hello, Rita.
Good night, Ted. I'll get me coat, Paul.
Rita.
What?
Have you heard something very secret and confidential involving Neville and Liz?
Yes,
Bloody
it
hell,
seems
this has
so
got
secret
around.
and confidential that everybody knows about it. And if you gloat, I'll knock your block off.
No, not gloating. No, I just mean...
That's his
you know,
opportunity.
well, I thought, doesn't it change things?
I don't think so, no. Just means I've made an utter fool of myself, as usual.
No, what I mean is, well, it makes us, well, free. Try again, doesn't it?
I don't think I want to try again, Ted.
You'll be fine for the next 7 years.
Why not? Give me one good reason.
You're so small-minded. Refusing to talk to Rodney, it's pathetic.
After what he did...
Pretending he doesn't exist doesn't solve anything.
Oh, look out, here comes Ted.
Well, it wasn't a bad meal. You know, to say that they were, well, catering for a crowd.
No, quite good. Better than the last time, anyway.
Yeah. You know, it could have all gone off a great deal worse.
I suppose so. I feel I've aged 10 years, so...
You're talking to him.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't want to seem petty, Becky.
See, I still think that this should have been...
You're both sober.
Ah, well, with enough problems tonight with that. What do you mean?
Specials.
Nothing. No.
To a
it's
longer
just nothing.
series?
No.
Are you suggesting we usually aren't?
No, it's just that,
We take it in turns to get drunk.
Yeah. So is it both of them next time?
Just something that Rita said earlier tonight.
No tact, that woman. Never has had.
Apparently people have got this idea that you and I get drunk alternately.
Don't be
I did.
offended, Rodney. It's one of your more likeable qualities.
No, I'm working it out.
Excuse me?
Do you know, I think it's true. I think we do.
Just came to say good night.
Good night, Rita.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been quite a night. Good night.
Rita.
One engagement, one
Rita.
future divorce, 2 future divorces.
Talking to Rodney.
Talking to Rodney wasn't a qualifying test I was putting you through, Ted.
Rita. Look, what is it I have to do?
Something that's impossible. Behave up till now differently from what you have done.
So this is it then, is it?
I really do think so, Ted.
3 divorces?
Oh, Rita. All right, don't get me wrong. It's not important, but the house.
Well, that's no problem. I've got the house you walked out of. You've got the flat she walked out of.
No, what it's not important. It doesn't matter, but I paid for it. You're living in it.
I'll move out soon, don't worry.
Don't want you to move out.
I want to move
To
in.
move back in. Oh. Can't we try again?
Do you really want to, Ted? Surely we ought to be able to find something better.
Where am I going to find anything better? A failed bankrupt with no money.
I didn't think you'd failed. I thought you were moving sideways into design.
Well, I am. Yeah, I know. But I can't concentrate without a good woman.
Find one. We're a splendid sex. Most of us.
I really wish she'd slap her. Rita slap the other one, I mean.
I'm off now. I couldn't leave without congratulating you. I understand you're engaged. I must thank your fiancé for inviting me. He's a stickler for good manners. He tried so hard to bring us together tonight. He must be devastated by the extent of his failure.
Lawrence, you wouldn't have wanted to bring up my child. You never seemed all that keen on your own.
Maybe I wanted a second crack at parenthood. It's possible one learns from one's mistakes, don't you think?
But it may grow up to look like Ted.
I don't resent Ted anymore. I pity him. He was just a pawn in your game.
That's a dreadful thing to say.
Even though he was
You're not having the baby because you want
Made his own
Ted's
decisions.
child. You're having it as an excuse to break with me and as a bait to trap Neville.
Are you suggesting I planned all this?
How much does a cat plan? Or does it just instinctively behave in such a way that it gets what it wants?
Neville, I'm going to get my coat. If I stand here much longer, there is a danger. Your charm will have me wishing I'd never left you.
Bye, Liz.
I still hope him and Lita get off together. And the other two are just completely left out in the cold.
Thank you for inviting me, you bastard. Oh, God.
Well, I may be keeping this tune off for the other members, for the 3 members, because I don't know if it's both tunes that are copyright in it or just the song at the beginning. If this is on for the 3 members, YouTube and Dailymotion, I know that this one can stay on and I can give my thoughts on the episode in future episodes throughout it. But the next one is the finale of Series 1, but it will continue straight into Series 2 because I want to keep this coming to the end. The first 2 episodes hooked me. I mean, they kind of dropped down with the drama, but we're back into the drama again now. How much drama are we going to get in the next one? I do know the next one is the Registry Office Wedding. That was on the thumbnail, on the title thing, on the DVD. So I do prefer to buy the DVDs rather than do them offline. But if I have to do them offline, then I have to, but I prefer the DVD. Sign out. So what I'm going to try to begin with is just taking the beginning bit out, because that's the one that the claim is getting put on apparently. So take the beginning song out, then see how the adverts and the end one goes on this one. Then I'll take, if it fails on the next one, I'll take the beginning and whatever it failed on, and then keep doing it like that. But there is only 7 episodes left, I think. I think there's only 12 episodes. I could be wrong, I've been wrong in the past. Might be 13. But as I say, it is going to go straight into the second series afterwards with no breaks, because I like this. I like it a lot. Now, I did not think it was going to... I thought you were going to tell her in that episode, but I did not think he was going to tell her so early on in the episode. I thought it was going to be like a final part thing. So I'm going to guess they're not back together in the next episode. I don't know how much time's going to have passed. I mean, time just passes very quickly in the show. As I said during the episode, I would have much preferred these to have been specials. Maybe they were, I don't know. Just to have been specials to a longer running series. Like 6 episodes of a series, a special. 6 episodes of a series, a special. Like that, I would have liked that, just to see the gaps in between, how it went. If it was, you're going to have to let me know, because I'm going to spoil myself so much right now. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. And if you are too, could I please ask for a like, comment and subscribe? I would really appreciate it on YouTube. And a follow on Dailymotion, I'd appreciate that too. I do have a second channel on YouTube that has all the blocked shows on, not blocked worldwide, but blocked in certain countries. It'll say they're going over to Dailymotion. It'll be there for you if it's allowed in your country. And also, if you have, thank you ever so much. I really, really do appreciate you, because you're really helping me out. You're helping the channel out. You're helping my mental health out. You honestly are. And to my Patreon members who do get exclusive shows that can't get on YouTube and Dailymotion between, it's either 8 or 12 right now. I'm not entirely sure. I think it'd be 8 right now. It's 12 later this year. And also, they get ad-free and uncensored early access shows as well. All the shows that run YouTube and Dailymotion, they get at least 1 month early access to them with no blurring, no bleeping. And with that, I just want to thank them, because it is you that is bringing the content to me that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots, no matter what tier you are, I honestly do. And what platform you are. So with that, I shall sign out now and move on to the next one, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.